Grassroots marketing, or guerrilla marketing, as it's often called as well, works very well, and it has launched multi-million-dollar businesses starting with close to $0 budget. So you can do it as well. It's a very, very effective method for people, like I said, with no budget, and for people with small businesses or corner shops, like restaurants or any kind of little shops in the streets. It is only powered by the power of your imagination and your very intimate knowledge of your own business and your target market and the people around you. It is real-world marketing for real people, not for zillion-dollar marketing budget people. Like in fashion, if you do not have the money to buy a designer wear, you make your own, like it used to be done before. Use your imagination when you don't have the money, and you can do a fantastic job because you know your product, your service, your market very well, better than anyone else. So like all things, you can pay someone to do the thinking for you and the work for you, or you can do it yourself. You can do it, and we will show you how. Guys, my name is Eric Königsdorfer, and I have started this channel wanting to share with you what I've learned during my career in advertising, branding, and graphic design, what I call brand communication. Everybody talks about online marketing these days, Google ads and reviews and all that. It does work really, really well. It's actually the best advertising methods ever been devised, of all of them, the best. But traditional methods still work too. And there is one that is particularly suited to very small budget, tiny budgets. And it works because, like I said earlier, it has launched multi-million-dollar businesses. They started with nothing and they grew huge. You can do it as well. We will particularly focus on a method that is often ignored. Like I said, everybody goes to online campaigns nowadays, and it can cost a lot of money. But the most important thing to mention here is that unlike most marketing gurus out there, I will not claim that there is a silver bullet, and I will offer this silver bullet to you. There is nothing that is the one answer for all. This is only one part of the puzzle. But again, going back to basics, still very worthy to have a go. And any simple methods carefully applied will reap a lot of results and positive results. Anywho, if you don't have any budget for marketing, doing what I'm going to indicate is better than doing nothing anyway. And as always, in this channel, I always promote a holistic approach to design, branding, and marketing. So it's not just one thing. It's a lot of things together that works as a cohesive whole to work on your image. So again, it's not rocket science. It's simple, it's basic. It's about observing what's around you, what you do, how you do things, what works and what doesn't work. And it's also about keep trying new things, new methods all the time to market your business until something works. Grassroots digital marketing. So you can still cover the digital marketing side yourself in a very simple, basic way, but still effective. Like I said earlier, online campaign can cost upward to $10,000, $20,000. So not everybody can afford that, especially a small little restaurant around the corner shop will not do that. And you don't need to do that. You can do a lot yourself. But by doing it yourself, you may have a crisis in your own confidence and capability in leading a successful marketing campaign. If you have never done it before, you do not know where to start and if what you are doing is working or is the right thing. Well, simple. Trust your judgment. Try, see if it works. If it doesn't work, try something else. Read online, a lot of advice out there. You will find new methods, and I will give you quite a few to try and see if it works. If it doesn't work, try something else until you get something. It's cheap. You do it yourself. Try a lot of different ways until you find the one that really, really works for you. And that's the problem with online digital advertising, marketing advice. It's very blanket advice. It's for very general for everybody. Like I said earlier, you are the only one knowing your business so well. You've got an intimate knowledge of what you can do, how you do things, and what your qualities are yourself as a person, and what you can market as yourself, and what the strength and weakness of your business are as well. So knowing this business and yourself so well, you are the best in the best position to sell those assets and promote those assets to others. So for a restaurant, but for other businesses as well, a lot of other businesses, Instagram is gold. Really, you should use it. So if you're a restaurant, for example, of course, the thing that everybody think of is food porn, beautiful shots of food. Everybody loves that. It's very popular. So what do you need for that? Take some nice photos, cook something that presents very well. So there is two aspects to remember. One, learn how to take a good photo. It's not very hard. Minimum investment. You got the equipment. You can even do it with your smartphone. Not hard. A bit of extra lighting doesn't cost very much, or the extra lighting is very important. And present the food very well. So yes, you think that you are a good chef, a good cook, and your restaurant sells very well and is appreciated, but does it present well? We are talking magazine quality stuff here. It's got to be beautiful, beautiful styling. So learn about that online as well. Learn about photography, learn about photo and food styling, styling your food. Those two elements, you will be Instagram worthy. And when you present something well, it's very, very appetizing. It's very popular. People love it, and it will definitely draw crowd because Instagram is a huge platform. Use it. Crowd-sourced reviews like Google reviews, Yelp, Zamat, OpenTable, and etc. They are excellent. You got to use that as well. Why are they good? TripAdvisor is another one. Why are they good? They are good because they are testimonial, genuine people giving their review of your restaurant and your performance. People trust that more than anything else. So encourage people coming to your restaurant to post a review. But first, ask if they enjoy their evening, of course. And if they do not enjoy the evening, just offer to help and see what happened and what you can do to fix it. But if they loved their evening and the food, ask them politely and nicely to please leave a review on whatever. Don't ask to leave a review on more than one site. So just pick one that you want to target, and every time push that one and say, can you please leave a review on TripAdvisor? We will really appreciate it. It will help, the business, blah, blah, blah. And people will be happy to help. So do that. Be active. The other important thing with online presence and online marketing, often people think that you set something, or you ask a marketing agency to set something for you, and it just happens on its own. No, you got to work it. You got to work it very hard. How? Be present. Make comments, answer comments, engage with your audience, and people will love it too because they will feel special. You will make them feel special. You will make them understand that you care about how they feel about what you produce and what you do. And starting a dialogue with your people, your clientele, your patrons, if you are a restaurant again, but it works for any business, small business or big business. Engaging with your target market is a great asset, a great powerful asset for you to be popular. When you are popular, more people come. So this is the online marketing part. You see there is only like 3 simple basic advice, but trust me, they are very, very powerful. And they will reap reward if you work those 3 tools very well. So again, you don't need to have magic answers or secret answers, secret tips that only the trade knows. No, the basic stuff like that works. Work it well, it will work very well for you as well. Do them. Now for the traditional method, the traditional grassroots marketing. So again, this episode is focusing on cheap marketing that everybody can access. It doesn't need to be expensive. You can do it on a tiny budget or close to zero budget or a small budget. The first thing is printed material. Okay, we are talking junk mail here. It annoys everybody, but it works. It's amazing how much it works. And when I say it works, the official answer is about 5%. 5% of what you produce and what you put out there reap a reward. So if you are a restaurant, you have, for example, 2,000 leaflets, which is not much. Print small leaflets like DL. You don't need to have a brochure, a booklet or whatever. Just a little DL. Print that, doesn't cost much. So 5% return on 2,000 leaflet will give you 100 new customers coming to your restaurant. Out of that, let's say like 1/3 or 2/3 will be regular new customers. It's a fair bit of money. So keep trusting printed material. Simple, effective. Send it out there, mail it out, junk mail, or just post it somewhere in other shops and little leaflets that you can leave everywhere in shopping centers or whatever, or surrounding business around you. That works really well as well. Invest in your community. So it's easy to think online, marketing and all that, and it's doing it all in the background for you when you sleep. It's great, fantastic. Yes, it does work, but don't neglect the power of one-on-one with your community. You have to be personable. People like people. We are social animals, I always say, that you need to have a face to a business. You need to like the person behind the business to like the business more. The business becomes personable, not a faceless business. So, especially when you are a corner shop, it's important for this shop to be thought about with who is managing the shop and who is behind it. When you like the food and you like the place, the decor, but you hate the guy who's managing the shop, you are not going to go very far. So be personable, be liked, be out there, connect with your communities. There's a lot of events you can join. You can sponsor stuff, but be out there, be seen, be talked about, be active in your communities, because your community knows you. They will think about you next time they want to go out somewhere. So that goes with physical presence, like I said, going to events, or you can do tasting in shopping centers, whatever. But that also goes with the local medias you can use, use your local newspaper, the radio, the TV, the whatever. You can use all that to cultivate your local presence. The next one is promotions. Everybody loves freebies. So like I said earlier, you go to a shopping center, offer free sample, everybody would love that. And that will again put you out there and give you a chance to connect with your community. You can create a happy hour to draw new crowds to your restaurant. You could host themed night, like something that is associated to your cultural identity. If you have a French restaurant, for example, you could start a wine degustation night, cheese degustation night, etc. You could invite other associations or groups that are related to what you do, and you will instantly connect to their network by hosting an event that they will present. Business groups are really good as well. Have a little conference room somewhere, or you can have sponsor a business meeting of some sort. Again, you connect with new audience and have a chance to draw new crowds to your establishment. And like I said earlier, everybody loves a freebie. Create competition, regular competitions, and offer some prizes. It doesn't need to be a Ferrari. It can be just a night out in your restaurant. Something that doesn't cost you much, but it's still something great to receive if you win the competition. So keep on being dynamic and make your image out there very dynamic and alive. The very powerful referral or word of mouth. This is an incredible tool and it's free. All you need to do is nurture it. Always be in the back of your mind to cultivate the word of mouth and the testimonial and the referrals. It starts with your people you work with. Make sure that your staff, your contractors, your suppliers, They are all aware that you are looking for more customers, and they can bring their family, give them a discount, and they can bring their friends, whatever. But keep on using the pool of people you have around you as a referral base. And of course, your patrons that come to your restaurant, again, ask them if they had a beautiful night, if they enjoyed the food and what they liked, what they disliked. And then if they really love everything, just encourage them to bring more people and to talk the town about you. It often starts with asking your patrons also. If you strike a conversation and you see that they're happy to talk with you and have a conversation, you can ask them what they do, and we never know. They could be the CEO of a big company, and you can say, oh, well, next time you have a meeting, come here, blah, 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 you know. So always have a conversation and dig and see if there is an opportunity for you to promote your business and create new referrals. Another one is to target the local bloggers and associations or groups of some sort, you know. Well, it's a double-edged sword like everything, you know. If they give you a negative review, you'll be a bit in trouble, but you know, that's part of the risk, and you got to take risks. But target those people, invite them to your restaurants and for a review, and again, you will be tapping on their networks instantly instead of trying yourself to grow a network bigger and bigger starting from zero. Attach yourself to other people's networks that have already grown maybe for years. So do that, invite them. And again, if they have a good review, that's great. If they have a bad review, be open, be professional, don't be emotional, and give them the reassurance that you will do everything to improve, because you know there is no mystery here. You are in business. You are here to please them. If nobody likes what you do, you want to change because you want to be successful. When everybody understands that and you the first, then everybody will be helping you to succeed and be better. And finally, the guerrilla marketing, which is by essence grassroots marketing at its best. Okay, it's always started with businesses who have got zero money for budget, but a lot of imagination and a lot of creativity and energy. And also, most importantly, the capability to think outside of the square. And why? Why do you have to think outside of the square? Well, because the traditional method costs money, and you have to hire agencies or you have to hire somebody else that will cost you too much. And when you cannot afford that, you have to think outside the square. You've got to be creative, and you just do with what you've got. Again, the image of fashion is a perfect one. You can not use your brands and your creativity and go in a shop to buy designer wear, and you will have instantly the work and the creativity and the imagination of somebody else. But you have to pay for that, which is fair enough. But if you cannot afford designer wear or designer marketing campaign, create your own. Start to use your brand, start to be creative, and you can perfectly do a good job. It's been done many, many times by big companies, like I said, who turned into $1 million company, like Crumpler, the Australian messenger bag company. They started with doing graffitis everywhere with their logo there. They had a cool icon logo that was seen everywhere. And from there, they did some events, they did a lot of things. So you can do it. I remember when I started early in my career and I was working in a newspaper, my boss, was very, very creative and fearless. One of the things he was doing to promote the morning edition is the night before, hire a group of young kids to placard A3, A4 posters everywhere in Paris. We are talking everywhere. It was everywhere. Highly illegal. We are talking 30 years ago. You will not do that now. And regularly those kids were taken by the cops to go to the station because of course it's illegal and it's littering everywhere, you know. But it was highly effective. The morning edition was very popular because of the headlines that was placarded during the night everywhere, and everybody wanted to find out exactly what was said in the paper because of those posters. So you see, this is very rough, cost not much money at all, but it's highly effective, more effective than the TV campaign you would have done. So yes, again, you got to use your imagination. If you don't have the budget to hire somebody to think for you, use your imagination and your creativity, and you will come up with something that is tailored to your exact needs and business. If you do not have that creativity yourself, dig around your entourage. There is always people in your family or friends or somebody that is always able to think outside the square or come up with catchy slogans, who is a funny person or witty person. There is always somebody. So if you cannot do it yourself, scratch somebody else's brain and come up with something. Trust me, it will work. So the first guerrilla or grassroots guerrilla marketing tool is the stunt. That's the most popular one. Like I was talking about this newspaper owner who was placarding posters everywhere. That's crazy. So Carlsberg, for example, did one poster in the center of London. And the poster was simply saying, probably the best poster in the world. That's all, just that line of text. And in front of the poster, so it was at ground level, this big billboard, okay, it was like 4x3 or whatever. This billboard, there was a beer dispensing tap. And of course it was dispensing free beer, Carlsberg beer of course, to everyone. So this is a stunt, okay, it did not cost that much. Of course, it's Carlsberg, so we're not talking zero budget here, so they still cost a little bit. But that's just to give you the idea of thinking outside the square and creating a buzz. This is a stunt. It did not stay long. It probably was installed in the morning and gone by lunchtime, because you can't dispense beer to everyone for weeks. But it works. I mean, it creates a buzz. You invite the press, you invite people around, you take photos, put them online yourself, okay? And that's a stunt. It works very well. That one poster created more traction than a worldwide campaign they did earlier. Just to give you an idea of the power of stunt. That's what guerrilla marketing is all about. It's about creating a buzz, thinking outside the square, and creating word of mouth. Another technique, we can't use graffitis anymore or put posters everywhere anymore because it's wrong. But reverse graffiti, what's that? You create a stencil of some sort, like we were talking about Crumpler. They had this cool logo, okay? You could create a stencil of this logo of yours and wash dirty surfaces with this stencil. So there will be dirt all around, and you clean the portion that will draw your logo. So you can do that on car, on trucks, you can do that on buildings, whatever. Nobody will blame you for cleaning a portion of the building. That's a new version of the graffiti. So there's another one that is a bit out there, but that's how it works. You got to think outside the square, you got to be daring. That's the undercover marketing. So what is that? Undercover marketing is when you go out there in a community and you pretend to be a normal person, a patron. Like, for example, you could be a tourist asking for direction to this super good restaurant you heard about. And you just go out there, but not you, okay? Maximize your efforts by asking your family, your friends, 10 people going around all day. You will touch a lot of people and create a little buzz about your restaurant. Oh, where is this restaurant? Do you know where it is? Because I really would like to eat there. I heard so much good stuff about this and blah, blah, blah. And the food is so great and it's really cheap and blah, blah, blah. So, of course, you got to be a bit of an actor. But, asking direction is not beyond the capabilities of anyone. We all have done that. We can do that. Just an idea. So you be out there in the communities and you create a conversation about your business with people. It costs nothing, just one afternoon, one day, and it's highly effective. Just again, to put your name, your business out there. Teasers. Okay, we're talking about graffitis. We're talking about posters. You can put posters in a legal way, in legal places somewhere. So there is posters are often ignored because there is a lot of posters. But there is one type of poster that cannot be ignored. It's a two-fold poster. You start with a question, and the second is a reveal. So the question can be a poster that will create a question in the mind of the viewer. So you will put a poster about your restaurant, for example, and you could say, what is the cheapest and most awarded restaurant around this area, for example? And you don't answer, you just ask a question. And a week later or a few days later, you put a poster with the same font and the same kind of layout design, like this people can recognize. So you replace where you've posted the first poster, and you replace it with the answer. And of course, the answer is your restaurant or whatever. So try to be witty, try to be creative into creating a question in the mind of people who see the poster number 1, and the reveal in poster number 2 will be the answer. T-shirts. Okay. Everybody wears T-shirts. They are very popular. And whatever is on a T-shirt is seen by everyone. So why not use that as a human billboard? Create, if you have a nice, cool logo, easy to put like this one, easy to put on a T-shirt and carry that everywhere and create a buzz around your logo and your restaurant. So you could create a nice T-shirt with whatever, either your logo for your restaurant or something else, a slogan, a catchphrase, something witty, something funny, anything that will draw attention from people to your restaurant. Those T-shirts can be worn by yourself, by your staff when they go out. If it's a cool T-shirt, they will wear it on their own, and you can encourage them to wear those T-shirts. And by just wearing those T-shirts, even if it's one day, how many people will see that T-shirt? Especially if there is something catchy that will catch attention of people. Then a lot of people will see what's happening with your restaurant and will hear or see something that will trigger your restaurant into their mind next time they want to go out. So don't underestimate the power of human billboards and wearing a T-shirt that will advertise your services and your goods, your restaurant. So there is another way to dirt cheap marketing, guerrilla marketing, is to piggyback events or special dates. Something like April Fool's, or something like St. Patrick's Day, or something like Christmas, or something like whatever, Mother's Day, Father's Day. Find something witty about it, something that will draw crowds, of course, but catch the attention of people by being witty and smart and different and stands out from the crowd, because there is a lot of advertising messages over there, but they're all the same. So find a different way. Again, tap onto your local entourage, your family member, the witty one, the funny one, or whatever. Ask them to help you to find something that will make a difference and be seen in the middle of all the noise, the marketing noise. Especially at Christmas, it's huge. There is a lot of advertising messages. But thinking outside the square will make you stand out. And often, like I said, it costs nothing or hardly anything. So in conclusion, marketing can be and is very, very complex. It can cost a lot of money because of its complexity, but it doesn't need to be so. It's a bit like food, you can eat a nice sandwich and it's done in 5 seconds, costs nothing, or you can go to a 5-star restaurant and it takes a lot of knowledge to prepare this groundbreaking dish. But both are satisfying. Marketing is the same. You can pay a huge budget agency for a great campaign that will bring a lot of money in, but you can also do a lot of things for not much. So marketing can be super complex and difficult and specialized area, but you don't need to know that. You don't need to know all that. You can go back to the basics, the grassroots stuff. It's been done before and you can do it. So be creative, study your market, study your patrons, and remember that marketing is only one thing, the ability to give people what they want. That's it for today. Thank you very much. Bye.